Welcome to the latest auction by JRS Auctions, where we are privileged to announce it is their fan appreciation sale. Those who register prior to the auction start date of May 22nd will be entered in a draw to win a $500 credit towards any purchase made at this auction. Running from May 22nd to May 26th, the auction will end at 3 p.m. This customer appreciation sale is set to showcase a wide array of vintage collectibles, boats, signage, tools, trailers, ATVs, tractors, and much, much more. Look at these amazing items scrolling on your screen right now.
The JRS team is dedicated to providing a professional auction experience, ensuring that both buyers and sellers have a seamless and rewarding transaction. With a focus on quality items and excellent service, they strive to exceed your expectations and make this auction an unforgettable event for all participants. Be sure to mark your calendars and join us for an exciting opportunity to acquire unique treasures and valuable assets. Make sure to register at www.jrsauctions.ca and start bidding on May 22nd.
On viewing day, May 18th, you can also look forward to some free coffee and donuts for all those coming in from 10 to 3 p.m. And on the first pickup day of May 27th, there's going to be free pizza and beverages. Make sure you check out the fan appreciation sale for our JRS Auctions, proud partners of the Stickers and Scuff podcast. We are thrilled to announce the exciting partnership between Sunset Speedway and Stickers and Scuffs. As our local hometown track, Sunset Speedway holds a special place in our hearts, offering thrilling weekly racing events that cater to a wide range of enthusiasts. From bone stocks to mini stocks, modifieds to hot rods, prolates to the junior late models, our track is home to a diverse and talented group of racers who continue to captivate us at every turn. Located in Innisfil, Ontario, Sunset Speedway boasts an incredible atmosphere that truly embodies the spirit of racing. Looking ahead, 2024 promises to be a remarkable year with a major lineup of events that will surely leave spectators on the edge of their seat. Don't miss out on the Hanley Classic, the Power Wheel Drags, Oscar Hot Rods versus Sunset Hot Rods, Velocity, the Tamio Memorial, the Bill Zarda Memorial, and countless other thrilling races. For their complete schedule and ticket information, be sure to visit sunsetspeedway.ca today. Get ready for a season packed with speed, adrenaline, and unforgettable moments. Go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sunset Speedway month here on the Stickers and Scuffs podcast. And we're excited to bring in the one of the newest winners at Sunset Speedway in the mini stock division, driver the number 31. It is Jake Spencer-Walt, winner in the mini stock division. How does that sound, Jake? Sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah, for sure. Pretty pumped.
Well, it was a little bit of an odd kind of situation for you because the way it works, if I'm not mistaken, is you guys will do two heats, but then there's also now a B main as well, and you had to race in the B main. And is that because why did you have to race in the B main?
So they were taking 6 cards out of each heat race, and I think I finished 7th in the heat race, so I was in the B main.
Okay, and then the B main is to just advance your position where you start.
Yeah.
So how'd it go in the B main? Because you didn't win the B main. Ryder won the B main. So how'd that go for you?
I finished second in the beginning.
So not bad, not bad.
Pretty
And then all of
solid,
a
yeah.
sudden comes into the race itself. Man, let's talk about that. It was a crazy race. You started right near the back, not in the worst position, but let's talk about kind of how that race went for you. What can you remember? Because I'm sure there was a lot of stuff that happened since then.
Yeah. I remember Ryder White spinning out in front of me. That was pretty scary. And then driving through the field and getting into fourth. I was happy with fourth, and then they got into it in front of me, and I was happy with second once I got there. We were in the tech shed and everything, and then yeah, I got told that I won, so that was pretty exciting.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna ask you, like, were you still like in the tech shed when you got that call? Like, were you out of the car already and like jump back in the car and get back out there kind of thing? It's not your typical way to win a race, but take it anyways, right?
Yeah, I was on the scales, and yeah, I had the helmet off and everything, and uh Tiffany Walt, she came down and she's like, Jakey, they just announced you won. Like, there's no way. Like, I didn't believe it. And then Scott McQueen came down and he's like, yeah, I heard it too. You better get back out there.
That's
I
pretty awesome. Yeah.
I was pretty privileged because I was standing beside your dad for the entirety of that race. And yeah, I think he was going to be even more thrilled just with you finishing second. And then it came down that you ended up winning, and you had your celebration. And it's only the second year for you being in mini stocks. So you ran junior late models most of last year, but let's go back, Jake. I know you're a young fellow still, but let's go back to when you started racing, and what is your first memory? Because I'm very curious what it's like to be Rick Spencer-Walt's son, and what it's like growing up with your dad racing all the time.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty exciting and everything. Uh, I'd say one of the biggest memories is when we first got the junior late. My dad, and we had no idea how to set it up. So we kind of set it up like a late model, and I went out and spun around so fast. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And then yeah, and then obviously the first win in the junior lates and the mini stock, pretty big.
Yeah, yeah, pretty big stuff.
Yeah, those are things that you take with, like the first win in the mini stock. Like, that's not something that you'll probably ever forget. I mean, it's such a and in the fashion that you did it too, where it was uh like you'll remember that you're probably getting your victory post race inspection done before you actually went and claimed victory. So that's kind of cool too. Um, What's it like for you with your classmates and stuff at school? Like, we ask this with a lot of our younger racers. Like, it's not your typical hobby. It's a really cool hobby. Like, what's that like at school? Like, when you come into class on Monday as a race winner.
Half of them didn't believe me, and then we got to school a bit early the one day, so I showed them the video of the one that I won last weekend in the
Yeah.
mini stock, and then they're like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." But they started to believe me now.
Yeah. Because it's pretty neat. I mean, like lots of kids like this time of year, baseball's firing up and everything. But I mean, for you guys, until basically the leaves are falling off the trees, you guys are going to the racetrack every weekend, and that's um, as much as other sports are a way of life. Racing is like an animal all in itself. So, like, do your friends ask you about that? Like, your non-racing friends, do they ask you what it's like doing that all the time? Like, what do you tell people when you say you're a race car driver?
Yeah, they asked me a bit, and honestly, I don't really remember. It's been a little while now that once they asked me,
Right.
but just the adrenaline rush and everything.
Yeah.
I'm curious. The first time you go obviously raced to junior lates, that's an experience. How different is the car, like the mini stock compared to the junior late model? Is there anything similar, or is it completely different?
I'd say there's a little bit similar, but mostly different. Like you got a bigger car, more horsepower. You don't hold the throttle wide open through the corners anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, yeah, I don't think you would try. Yeah, that's, and of course, I guess you got a bigger field, and you're racing with somebody. I believe you would have raced with Ryder and in junior lates at some point as well, right? And in Layla, who's running out at full throttle right now. Um, you obviously have a bunch of other racers in that division, the junior lates that you've kind of now moved on from. Who do you think out of the junior late drivers is going to be somebody that you have to watch? Because, and now this is somebody you have to say is like that's going to be tough competition for you in the future. So, who do you think are some of those junior late model racers that we have to watch out for?
Cole Camera for sure. Um, Josh Davenport.
Hmm.
Keegan Moat. He's pretty good. Who else? Morgan Moore. She'll be pretty good. Um, everybody. You gotta watch it for everybody. It might surprise you.
Why did you guys go mini stock racing?
Because I wanted the rear wheel drive, and I needed to get into a bigger car. Because on the junior lights, it kind of felt like a Sunday cruise. So needed to step up, and that's kind of what we could afford right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I think like especially at your age where like you're learning all the time and you're learning when you know it and you're learning when you don't know it, I think. And in the case of your dad probably being such a big part of your racing, he's probably teaching when he doesn't realize it and that sort of thing. So when you're moving, like when you were comparing the junior late to the mini stock, you were learning that whole time. And although the cars are completely different, you learn how to drive and how to start building your racecraft. So it's just kind of you just sort of do more than think, right? Like it's just sort of natural to like it's a natural thing for you, right?
yeah, for sure.
And it's
all
got
right.
you got the bloodlines for
He's
sure.
got, yeah, I was gonna say he's kind of got
Heredity.
the, yeah.
When you look at like people like Bill Elliott and Chase Elliott and the
Mhm.
Earnhardts, like when we're talking big time NASCAR and stuff, but like you have to look at like your dad knew the Steckleys immediately come to mind, the Lapsoviches, like you see it all so well with the just genetics. Like you kids are born to race.
So
Yeah, for sure.
one of the things that, you know, now like you need to stop running all over my laptop while I'm trying to do an interview here. One of the things that we're really looking forward to this year is actually ImageWraps.ca has put together a really cool program this year, and we're talking with our stars of tomorrow. And these are silly questions; they're straightforward questions, but they're stuff that typically young racers we want to hear from them. We hear their personality, hear some stuff that they like. So Graydon always has this great question that he asks, actually of a lot of racers. And we're curious, Graydon, what's that question that you always ask them about?
Yeah, your driver intro. If you're in a big race and you're introduced by the track announcer, what song do you walk out to?
I honestly don't know.
It gets people.
Yeah.
What do you listen to? Like, that's maybe a better way to spit it. Like, do you have kind of a range of music? Do you listen to all kinds of different music? Is there a certain kind of music that you like?
I only listen to country music.
Yeah, bud. Nice.
That's this guy right here. Yeah, that's great and fun for you. So there you go. Country music be perfect on Jake Spencer-Walt's race car. Just saying, country. What is it?
Ain't
Country
going down till the sun comes up.
102, country 104. So we're gonna ask some silly questions here. So I'm curious, what your favorite food is before or after a race?
Uh, I don't normally eat on race day until the racing's over.
Really?
Yeah.
That's that's the common answer with people that they don't eat before. So what's the go-to for after the race?
Pizza, burgers, whatever my mom brings to the track. She cooks the food, she brings it, I eat
it. That's all right. That's for you, Danielle. That's a great answer.
That's spoken like a true
very
teenager
much.
too.
And happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Definitely.
Favorite track? Because you've been able to race at a lot of different places.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're racing at Sunset a lot this year. You don't have to pick Sunset. So your favorite track to race on?
In the junior lates, I would say probably Peterborough or Flamborough. I got those two places figured out pretty good. But in the mini stock, I've only been to Sunset, so I don't know. I'd have to say probably Peterborough.
It's a good one. Your favorite Canadian or like driver at the racetrack that you're a fan of, and yes, you could pick your dad. That would be the easy choice, but maybe another driver from Sunset or around Ontario that's one of your favorites.
Ray Morneau, Kyle Steckley, Carson Nagy, Hudson Nagy, Colton Everingham, bunch of them.
That's a pretty good group, actually. Yeah. Those are pretty good racers to choose from. Who's somebody that you really love to race against?
Ryder.
Yeah. Sure. That's going to be fun this year, actually, watching you guys go back for see who's going to run better each week.
Yeah, that kid's got wheels for sure.
What's your favorite TV show?
I don't watch too much TV, but probably Race Hub.
There you go. All right. Favorite sport? This might be interesting. Favorite sport other than racing?
Either football or baseball.
Who's your team?
Buffalo Bills and the Toronto Blue Jays.
That's okay. Those are the right answers. All right. And you get to choose any race car. Okay. Doesn't matter if it's stock car, Indy car, Formula One, whatever. What's one car that you want to go out and race one day?
Pro Late Model.
Pro Late Model. Yeah, that seemed like a good choice.
Now, speaking of that, if we could go off of that, the video, that rig of the, like, where you're doing the gripping the wheel with the weights and everything, that is badass unit. I'd love to make one of those, but like, do you still keep using that? Is that part of the routine in the regiment? Like, do you notice the difference, like grip strength and that stuff when you're throwing your car around?
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna probably head down there once we're done on here.
Yeah.
And get some more work in.
Nice. You're gonna have like forearms. You have to get bigger fire suit for the forearms.
All right. All right. Rapid fire question. All right. So first answer that comes to your mind. All right. What do you prefer, day or night races?
Night.
See, now it's interesting. Interesting. Would you rather be hot or cold?
Hot.
Jeez, that's the wrong answer living in Canada. Coca-Cola or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
This is really good. Really good.
1,000 so far. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Epic Racewear or something else.
Epic Racewear.
Yeah, he's turning out to be a good thing.
That's low hanging fruit there. We got to say Epic Racewear. Who else would we trust with this?
Yeah, exactly. Favorite NASCAR driver?
Chase Elliott.
Strike one.
What's wrong with Chase?
There. See, he's putting the question back to you now. Nice. Well played, kid.
Yeah. I can't talk about anymore. All my favorites retired. So
yeah.
This is a good one. Okay, so in terms of those three, Cup, Xfinity, or trucks?
I feel like the trucks put on the best show with their X and everything, but probably the Xfinity because they're right in between. They got some good racing and some hard wrecks.
Yeah. Hardest wreck that you've ever had?
Me and Brandon McGee would hit in turn 4 at Sunset pretty hard. That's like the only big wreck I've had other than last year at Sunset with Josh Davenport and Cole Camrath.
Yeah, that was a pretty big one.
Yeah.
I remember watching that one. That was pretty nuts. Would you rather start from the back and have to chase your way up to the front, or start on pole?
Start at the back. More fun getting to the cars.
Nice.
I'm digging this.
Not afraid to do some work.
No Name Jack stands or Two Speed Motorsports?
Two Speed Motorsports for sure.
There you go. Oh man. TikTok or anything else?
TikTok.
I was gonna say you better be saying TikTok after the work we've been putting in. I'm curious, Jake, the outlook for this year. Obviously, you want to win. You got that done. That's already done with. What's a good season for you?
Rookie of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5 to top 10 in points, and hopefully a few more top 5s and 10s this year, and that's it.
Do you think that you can do that?
For sure.
Yeah. The one thing that's interesting as well is that the car that you won with isn't what it's going to look like for the rest of the year, right? It's not going to look like anything like that. Now, is the car going to look different this upcoming weekend for Velocity? Yes?
Yeah. It's at Sean Murray's getting wrapped right now.
Nice.
There you go. I'm a big paint scheme guy, so I can't wait. We may have seen a little bit of a teaser. I don't know if it's going to stay that way, because I know changes are always made, but I mean, it'll be very interesting. Do you ever go back and rewatch some of your old races, Jake, and see what you can do better? Like, I don't know what racers do.
Yeah, I go back and watch them, see what lines I'm running, what I'm doing wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get no break Jake from the junior lates? Just flying like flat footing around places, or did that come recently? Where'd that come from?
No, that was, I believe, the third night out in the mini stock. I almost won the heat race on the outside, and that's where I got it from.
Nice. Right on.
I've heard that you can run the high side at Sunset. Does that work at every track? Can you run the high side everywhere, or is it mostly a Sunset thing?
Some tracks you can, some you can't. Peterborough's one, the high side's not very good.
Mm-hmm.
My dad made it work in the hot rod last year when I was spotting for him, but
yeah, definitely. Is there something that I don't know if this has been asked yet? Are there plans for you and your dad to race together on the track at the same time?
Yeah. We've been talking to a few people, and they've been telling us like cars and what to get into next, and he wants to try the same stuff as me.
Cool.
So the end of his, before he retires, he said he wants to race against me at least once.
Well,
that's
who wins?
Cool.
Between the two of you guys, who's faster?
I think me. He's getting old and washed up.
That sounds like fighting words, Rick. Fisticuffs.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. He's got you on size for right now, but you still got a couple more years to get up there. It's obviously exciting to have you as part of the SNS Racing family again this year. The fact that we got you some new decals and you won with the old decals, I don't know, that tells me something. But it was awesome to get to witness that, and hopefully we get to see a bit more. Now we ask racers when they're on the show to shout out their partners, so hopefully you remember and you have a list of everybody so that you can thank not just actually the partners though, Jake, but also the people in your life that help you out, because you had some great people that were, man, there were people more excited than you were actually. And I'd be very interested to hear. But who do you want to thank, Jake?
Dunlop Billiard Sports Bar and Eatery, B&B General Contracting, GD Coates Used Car Superstore, Two Speed Motorsports, Sean and Sue at Red Line Signs and Apparel, Roger Valley Roofing, Big Brown and Sons Towing, Anderson Trucking, Epic Racewear, Rustic Edge Designs by Joe, B&B Towing, Stickers and Scuffs, Short Track Musings, Motorsport Alley, the James family for lending the trailer, my mom and my dad, Kyle, Wendell's, Robbie Sykes, and Colton Everingham lent us a ride last weekend. So
Nice.
Well,
awesome.
every other racer that's been on this program, you just got schooled, because that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Man, that was impressive.
Yeah.
Name it off just like that.
I wanted to just ask, because I know, like we've been talking about how you and your dad get to do some cool stuff and like have these plans to race together one day. You got to go down when Connor went down to Bristol on that trip, and I talked to you guys a little bit about that when we were at Corey's two-speed party. But just talk a little bit about it from your point of view. Like, that place would be so cool to see, and especially all the race cars when you're down on the inside of the track.
So I didn't go for Connor's race down at Bristol. I went for the Cup race a week or two before.
Oh, I had sorry, I had it messed up.
You had the wrong Spencer-Walt.
Yeah, I know we were talking about it, but at any rate, talk about Bristol. I mean, like from your point of view, what's it like stepping foot on that property?
It was so cool. I wasn't expecting how big the track was, and well, like not the track, but the area where you sit and everything.
Yeah,
it was crazy. The whole environment was way different than short track racing up here. That's for
totally.
sure.
Yeah, I want to know that, because like I love going to racetracks with my kids, and we want to go somewhere. We haven't been to a Cup race or any of the big NASCAR races in a long time. So like hearing it from a point of view like yours, that's kind of a good testimonial that it's safe to say my kids would probably think the same way. So that's just a little bit of travel information I'm looking for there. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting story between who has the better mullet at the end of the year. If it's going to be Jake Spencer-Walt, if it's going to be Colton Everingham, if it's going to be Wally Wilson. I know both those guys have cut theirs at times. So how long are you willing to go?
I don't know. I made a deal that I was gonna cut it once I got a win in the mini stock, but I didn't want to cut it. Better than Colton's before I cut it.
It might be good luck, actually, the way it looks. Like,
yeah, maybe.
Right? And maybe we'll see you in a year from now and you got a full-on ponytail going out because no.
The big man mane, yeah.
No, that's not gonna happen.
No, I guess not. Not for right now, that's for sure. It's awesome to see that you're going to go out there. You're going to back it this week. It's Velocity, back out there for 25 laps. So obviously, there's a lot of tough competition in the mini stock division. Who do you think is going to battle for the championship this year? Somebody that you're going to have to beat if you want to win the championship.
Ryder White, Blaze Shaw, Coldridge, Finnemore, Cameron McGlashan. There's a few others, but those are the top ones.
That'll keep you honest for sure. It's a stacked field. Yeah,
named off like 6 guys, so that's pretty good.
Yeah,
for competition wise. But obviously, Jake, we want to wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season. Not the youngest interview that we've had on the show. Close. Cole Camrath does end up beating you, unfortunately, because I think he's younger than you. So, but you got the mini stock win before him, so he's gonna have to show you up and get a Legends win this year. But Best of luck the rest of this season, Jake, and thank you so much for being part of the Stickers and Scuffs family and being on the show.
Thank you guys.
Awesome, man. Thanks a lot.